Stop everything for a moment, because what I'm about to tell you might completely change the way you learn English forever. Imagine spending hours every day trying to memorize English words, writing them in a notebook, repeating them again and again, only to forget most of them a few days later. It feels frustrating, confusing, and sometimes even discouraging. You start asking yourself, why can't I remember anything? But here is the truth. It's not because you are not smart enough. It's not because your memory is weak. It's because you've been using the wrong method. And today, Sophie from Daily English JC is going to show you a smarter, easier, and much more effective way to remember English words so you can finally see real progress. Hello, and welcome to Daily English JC. My name is Sophie, and I'm really happy you're here with me today. If you are learning English and you feel like you keep forgetting words, then this lesson is exactly what you need. Today, we are going to talk about how to remember English vocabulary easily, naturally, and for a long time. Let me ask you something. Honestly, have you ever learned new English words, felt confident at the moment, but after 2 or 3 days you couldn't remember them anymore? If your answer is yes, don't worry. This happens to almost every English learner in the world. You are not alone. In fact, forgetting is a normal part of learning. But the problem is not forgetting. The problem is not knowing how to remember better. Before we talk about the solutions, we need to understand the problem. Why do we forget English words so easily? One of the main reasons is that many learners try to memorize words without really using them. They read the word, they read the meaning, maybe they repeat it a few times, but then they move on. And when the brain sees that information is not being used, it decides that it is not important. So slowly, it deletes it. Another reason is trying to learn too many words at once. Some learners try to learn 20, 30, even 50 new words in one day. It may feel productive, but in reality, it creates confusion. The brain becomes overloaded, and instead of remembering everything, it remembers almost nothing. A third reason is learning words without context. That means learning a word alone without a sentence, without a situation, without a real-life example. When a word is alone, it has no meaning in your brain. It is just information without connection, and the brain doesn't like that. The brain remembers connections, not isolated facts. And finally, many learners don't review what they learn. They study something once and then they never come back to it. But memory needs repetition. Without repetition, information disappears. Now that you understand why forgetting happens, let's talk about how to fix it. The first and most powerful technique is this. Learn words in context, not alone. This is extremely important. Instead of memorizing a word and its meaning, always learn it inside a sentence. For example, instead of learning the word improve alone, learn it like this. I want to improve my English speaking skills. Now your brain connects the word to a real idea. You can imagine yourself speaking better English, and because of that, the word becomes easier to remember. Let's take another example. Instead of learning the word delicious alone, say, this food is very delicious. Now you can imagine tasty food. You can see it, maybe even feel it, and that image helps your brain keep the word. When you learn a new word, do 3 simple things. Read a sentence with the word, create your own sentence, and say it out loud. This simple process can completely transform your learning. Now, let's move to the second powerful technique. Use the word immediately. This is where many learners fail. They learn a word, and then they don't use it. But if you don't use a word, your brain will forget it. It's that simple. So, when you learn a new word, use it right away. If you learn the word practice, say, I practice English every day, or I need more practice. You can also write it down in a sentence, and most importantly, say it out loud. Speaking activates your brain in a different way. It makes the memory stronger. You can even talk to yourself in English. Yes, it may feel strange at first, but it works. When you think in English and use new words, you are training your brain to remember them naturally. Now, before we continue, if you are serious about improving your English and you want to learn step by step with simple and powerful lessons like this, make sure you subscribe to Daily English JC right now, because this channel is designed to help you speak English with confidence, without stress, and without confusion. So go ahead, subscribe, and let's continue this journey together. Now let's talk about another powerful technique. Use images and imagination. Your brain loves images. In fact, it remembers pictures much better than words. So when you learn a new word, don't just read it, see it. For example, if you learn the word mountain, close your eyes and imagine a tall mountain with snow on top. Imagine people climbing it. Imagine the sky, the clouds, the wind. Make it real in your mind. If you learn the word hungry, imagine a person who has not eaten all day, looking at food, thinking about a big meal. The stronger the image, the stronger the memory. You can also use real images. Look at pictures on your phone, in books, or online. This makes learning more interesting and more effective. Now let's move to another important idea. Learn small groups of words. Stop trying to learn too many words at once. Instead, focus on 5 to 10 words per day, but learn them deeply. Use them, repeat them, understand them. You can also group words by topic. For example, learn words about food like eat, cook, delicious, hungry, or words about daily life like wake up, work, study, relax. When words are connected, your brain organizes them better. Another powerful technique is spaced repetition. This means reviewing words again and again, but with time between each review. For example, review your words later the same day, then the next day, then a few days later, and again after 1 week. Each time you review, the memory becomes stronger. You don't need a lot of time, even a few minutes a day is enough, but you must be consistent. Another great method is to connect new words with words you already know. For example, if you learn enormous, connect it with big. If you learn happy, connect it with joyful. You can also learn opposites like hot and cold, fast and slow. These connections create a network in your brain, and that network helps you remember words faster and use them more easily. Now let's talk about a simple daily routine you can follow. This is very important because without a routine, it's easy to lose focus. Every day, learn 5 new words. Not more, just 5. Learn them in sentences, create your own sentences, and say them out loud. Then review them later in the day. This process takes only 10 to 15 minutes, but if you do it every day, you will see incredible results. Your vocabulary will grow step by step. And remember this, learning English is not about doing a lot in one day, it's about doing a little every day, consistently. Now I want to give you a message of encouragement, because I know learning English is not always easy. Sometimes you feel tired. Sometimes you forget words. Sometimes you feel like you are not improving. But listen carefully. You are improving every single day, even when it feels slow. If you learn just 5 words a day, that's 150 words in a month and almost 2,000 words in a year. That's powerful. Learning a language is like building a house. Every word is a brick, and every day you are building something stronger. So be patient, stay consistent, and never give up. Now let's quickly remember the most important ideas. Learn words in context, use them immediately, imagine them, learn small groups, review them with spaced repetition, connect them to what you already know, and follow a simple daily routine. If you apply these techniques, remembering English words will become easier and more natural. Now, it's your turn. Don't just listen, take action. Choose 5 new English words today, use them, speak them, review them tonight. And if you found this lesson helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Daily English JC, like this video, and share it with someone who wants to improve their English too, because learning together is always more powerful. This is Safi from Daily English JC. Keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next lesson.